people are going to come on up here and they're going to do presentations. The first one that we thought we'd start out with was when we wanted to know something about Glen Marvin. We heard that there was a certain creature that lived here at the Epworth United Methodist Church. And in fact, this creature... After the mouse.
I ate really good tonight, thanks. I'm the Methodist mouse. Did you know that Jesus is my best friend? I live right here in this church. You know why they call me Eppie? It's short for Epworth. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I've come because I've got some special things that I want to say. And no one invited me. So a little miracle happened. I got a little bigger. And that's why I'm here tonight to talk to all of you. Okay. First things first. I need to talk to a Shirley Wall. Is there a Mrs. Shirley Wall? Could she come up here? Now, you guys should all know Shirley. She made me famous. I'm in all those newspapers every month. Have you seen my picture? Well, in the latest issue, there's a real cute picture, and I just happen to have brought some with me, so if anybody wants one. But Shirley, I wanted to say thanks. You know, someone had to let the church know how I keep the guy in the black robe in line. Thanks, Shirley. Okay, now I need to talk to someone else. Her name is Eleanor Ben. Is Eleanor here? Come on up here. Can you guys make a little path there? Now I know you guys think that this is one special lady because she keeps this place so spotless. Well, not true. Well, you know, there aren't very many crumbs during the week since they kicked me out of daycare. And so I was just kind of wondering if you could kind of smooth things over with Laura for me. Just talk to her and let me come back upstairs for daycare once in a while during the week. And one other thing. Could you tell the guy in the black robe that these kind of hurt? Could you ask him to quit putting them in front of my house? Thanks. I appreciate the cheese off of it. And now what we've all come here for, even though you didn't invite me, was I need to talk to a Marvin P. Northcutt. Is there a Marvin P. Northcutt? You know what? I think I got the middle initial a little wrong. Marvin A. Northcutt. Is there a Marvin A. Northcutt? Yes, can you show me where Marvin A. Northcutt is? This is the guy in the black robe.
White robe.
White robe this month, sorry. Let's all give him a hand. You know, this wouldn't have been such a surprise if you hadn't kicked me out of his office this week. I went up to tell him all about program because I've been scampering around the church this week watching all of you. And Marvin, I gotta tell you that these people have been excited to pull one over on you. Now, did they surprise you?
Yes.
Well, you know, the Sunday school has been making special banners, and the cooks have been in the kitchen. You'll notice they didn't ask me to do that part. And the lady with the long hair has been practicing some special music. They couldn't get rid of you at Glenda, so they had to do it while you were there. But before we start on about all the gifts and blessings that Marvin and Glenda have brought to Epworth, I thought it should be my job to find out where they've been before they got to Epworth. Because what we're celebrating tonight is we're not only celebrating how much we love and appreciate these two people, we're also celebrating 25 years as a pastor for Marvin. And we think he's pretty special. You know, everybody's giving gifts, so I brought a few of my own. I know you're excited. Now, you know, I've never been out of Epworth Church. I've lived here my whole life. But did you know a mouse has lots of friends all over the country? In Oklahoma, and in Dallas, and in Minnesota, and in Spokane. Do you know any of those same people, maybe? Yes. And they told me a few stories. Now, this is the fun part for me.
You've been waiting for this.
Yeah. Well, now, the first story I heard about is that Marvin and Glenda met in college in Oklahoma. Isn't that right?
That's right.
And something pretty special happened in the bell tower at Oklahoma University. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody what that is, but I thought I'd give them just a little gift to commemorate that. Do you remember that? See, I know a lot more than you think. Now, they left Oklahoma and they went down to Dallas, Texas, because Marvin knew that he wanted to be a pastor. And he started the seminary at Southern Methodist University, right?
Southern Minnesota.
And he was called right up here to Montana after he graduated. And 25 years ago, he was ordained. Was that right here?
Right here.
Right here. And I think that kind of deserves a big clap, too. How am I doing so far?
Okay, except for your nose.
Okay. Did you know that their first church was in St. Ignatius, which isn't too far from here? And then they moved to Hamilton, where they met this guy.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Do you have any stories you want to share about Todd while we're up here? I guess not. I know their folks are here too. They came to help us. Oh, pretty nice.
Some things even they don't know about.
Oh.
You're all right.
Now after that they moved to Laurel, and they were in Laurel for 13 years. And it was while they were in Laurel that things started to change a little bit around the Northcutt household. Glenda, I understand that you decided to go back to school. Is that right? And my sources tell me that Marvin started to cook. The problem was Marvin only knew how to make one thing: barbecue chicken. Do you know that it was not too uncommon for the Northcutts to have barbecue chicken on Monday, barbecue chicken on Wednesday, barbecue chicken on Friday, and then for lunch again on Saturday. Now, is that true?
That's good.
Well, you know, we have some pretty talented cooks in this church. I've benefited from a lot of them. And they wrote up this cookbook. They forgot my recipe for cheese. But I thought I'd give one of those to you, just in case you didn't have one, Marvin. Study up, study up.
We got these for $6.
But they thought it was a good cause, Marvin. Now, something else happened, Glenda. I hear that you had a terrible dilemma. My sources tell me that Marvin decided to help with the laundry. And we had a big problem. We had to decide, Glenda had to decide, should she let Marvin continue to do the laundry and have no clothes left? Or should she lose Marvin's help with the laundry? Well, you know, I never heard the end of the story. I don't know if he still does laundry, but my mom always told me when you didn't do things right, you practice, practice, practice. So I'm a little behind with my laundry, and so, Todd, could you hand me those? I thought I'd bring him some of my laundry. He could practice. I trust you, Marvin. I trust you. Okay, after 13 years in Laurel, they were called to Epworth. And we have been so blessed by having them here. And you know, sometimes we get so busy in our own lives that even we might forget to say thank you. And so that's what tonight's all about, Marvin. To say thank you, Glenda, and to say we hope you're here another 20 years. I'm going to need a little help here. This pin is a reminder to Marvin to be nice to Effie. It says, in everything, give thanks. It has a picture of Effie on the front, and it's signed, Love, Effie. Now, kids,
Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to Him belong, they are weak, but He is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me, yes, Jesus loves me, yes, Jesus loves me. We've all been very lucky to have Glenda for our teacher, and we just want to say thanks and we love you.
spiritual role in the church. Many of us even know of his great love for sports, as evidenced this morning even by his reference to the mass execution of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team. But only a few of us know his real prowess as an athlete. You see, Marvin anchors the top Methodist volleyball team in the Flathead Valley Church Volleyball League. Among volleyballers, his prowess on the court is well known. You know, Marvin handles his team much like he handles and shepherds his flock here at the church. When the team is going well, Marvin's role is reserved, steady. He manages his comrades with a reserved and steady hand. But when the chips are down and the game heat is on the line, Marvin rises to the fore. His crushing spikes in crucial game situations are legendary. Many of us have seen Marvin leap only to rise above the net and hang there almost as though he were fluttering, with a gossamer aura about him, only to deliver a crushing spike virtually unreturnable by the foe. And because of this great skill and prowess on the court, Marvin has become to be known as the butterfly. And to honor him, the butterfly, we have designed by one of his greatest admirers, Abigail Murray, this magnificent butterfly. And you know, Marvin's teammates have learned, those who have been unfortunate enough to play at his side, what Newton learned long ago, and that is whatever goes up must come down. And Glenda, who's quite a volleyball player herself, often plays side by side with her husband. And she's suffered many times as Marvin has descended only to land on her feet. So, to protect Glenda from this abuse, we have new volleyball shoes.
I want you to know that I don't play next to Marvin anymore.
Thank you, Don.
Gene and I came to join the family of Epworth. John Lewis was a new minister. And as we got to know John, we heard a lot of people talk about the last minister, Jack Severin. As I thought about that, I said, one day I said, gee, Lord, it sure is nice that we've been blessed with two ministers back to back that have so endeared themselves to the church. Of course, the Lewises had to move on. Then we came to the Wangers, then the Seises. Again, we fell in love with Herb and Lucy. They became very dear to us. The few years that they were here seemed to go by so fast that when Herb and Lucy said they were going to leave, we were very sorrowed to lose some dear friends, and also a little bit concerned to think that, dare we hope to have another minister that we liked and loved so well as the Seises. But Herb said as he announced his retirement, I will go to the conference. He said, I will find a shepherd for the flock here at Epworth. Herb came back with this tall, young, blonde-looking fella. But it wasn't long until we knew that Herb's trip to the conference had been a great success. This gentleman that we have here soon touched our hearts and souls with his ministry from the pulpit, his ministry of education, his ministry of consultation, his ministry of visitation. Here was a person that walked among us, was a dear friend and a teacher, a shepherd for our congregation, yes, in every means of the word. And I just say thank God for that.
Now, not only is Marvin a spirited volleyball player, but as many of you probably know, Marvin also enjoys playing the game of golf. Yes, Marvin is a golfer. And with his competitive spirit, I'm sure he is like a lot of golfers out there that are constantly striving to improve their golf game. Always trying to hit the ball farther, with greater accuracy, trying to sink that long birdie putt. But like a lot of people, I'm sure that with Marvin's busy schedule, he probably doesn't find the time to get up to the golf course to play and to practice as much as he probably would like to. Is that a fair assessment of the golfer and yourself? Well, Marvin, I think we found a couple of gifts that may help solve this problem. And I'm sure, I will guarantee you that they will save at least one stroke per hole of your current golf game. In other words, if you go out and play 9 holes, I'm sure you're going to save at least 9. Now, the first gift we've got here for you, Marvin, is this will help your game from the tee to the green.
Golf ball, hasn't it?
Yes.
Now, that's not just a golf ball.
No.
It's a golf ball with heavenly wings on it to provide greater distance and accuracy down the fairway. We've also got another gift for you. This one here will help your putting game. Now that's a golf ball with eyes on it. You putt that ball, Marvin, those eyes will direct that ball directly into the heart of the cup. Now I just have one word of caution, Marvin, when you're using these balls. Only use the ball with the wing from the tee to the green. Once you get to the green, be sure to pick up the wing ball and replace it with the eyeball. Now, Marvin, I'm sure with this newfound confidence and improvement that you will see in your game, that you will probably want to invite Glenda out onto the course with you to watch this drastic improvement in your golf game. In fact, since you're probably going to be birdieing or one putting every green, Glenda would probably even be willing to tend the flag for you. And since she was going to be out on the golf course with you, we felt it only fair that we give Glenda a gift.
Oh, it's a big one.
It's a big golf ball.
Now, Glenda, I would only say that just in case these balls don't work as well as I have stated, or in the event that Marvin accidentally forgets to replace the wing ball, or if he's ready, don't let him putt the wing ball, and you can open it now.
I got lots of
one member, one resident in the parsonage who's helped us with our music program. Casting back, we find that was Phyllis Nolan. Since then, now both the Northcotts support our music program, and they do wonders for the morale of the choir, as well as wonders for the sound of the choir. It's nice to feel that they're participating with us and we with them. And so the choir would like to present them with a token of their appreciation for their participation. First of all, Glenda does double duty. She not only sings in the choir, but then, as you know, she runs down and directs the children's choir. This is a very nerve-wracking experience, we expect. So we have for her some tranquilizers, and these can be applied internally. She can use them herself, or she can distribute them. As you know, steps out of the pulpit every Sunday and supports our bass section. Often he has to look far to see the music from where he stands, and so I think he must feel a little like an orphan out there on the end. We thought about what might be appropriate for him. At first I thought maybe an earplug would be appropriate to mask the sounds, generally irreverent sounds of levity that the bass section is sometimes guilty of. But then on the other hand, with sober reflection, I realized at least 50% of the pitches that come out of that bass section are useful to him, and he better not have the earplug. But as I say, way out on the end of the line like that, I think he must feel a little like an orphan, a split end anyway. And to feel more part of the group, I think he might like to have his own personalized music folder.
Heavy the Mouse costume. So I didn't have much of a choice. I got really fired up about that. I thought, well, I'm going to put together this speech. I sat down and started writing. Four pages. Until Todd found out what I was doing. He said if it was after 8 o'clock, forget it. Todd knew what was going on up here. Anyway, I'd like to just simply borrow something from Marvin that's been said many times tonight, and it's his closing comment in the visitor, and that's with love and appreciation. And I'd like to, from all of us, all his brothers and sisters in Christ, give that same comment back to Glenn and Marvin. This special gift comes very much heartfelt love and appreciation from all your brothers and sisters in Christ. A few weeks ago, we asked the congregation for a free will offering, specifically to be used for a gift certificate for you folks to take a special vacation on. And we're very much overwhelmed with gifts and with cards and letters for this purpose. So tonight we've got that special gift certificate for you guys to take a vacation somewhere of your choosing, to see your kids or go wherever you want to go. And there's a check for the vacation in here, and there's also some tour and travel information. Give us ideas where you might want to go. I'll give that to Glenda. She's got control of the purse strings of the family. And in a little basket over in the corner, there's some additional loving thoughts for you folks from us. How much we really love and appreciate you and what you've done for us. Each of us at Epworth Methodist and what you've done for the church over the years. Thanks so much.